September the 27th has seen another feature update for Day of Dragons, with the first iteration of the scent system taking centre stage. Both dragons at all stages of life now have a sniffing animation while holding F, though some may need to rebind the key if they are having issues. Scents will appear as wisps of colour directing the player towards their source, which will be pinpointed with a plume of coloured smoke. Water is blue and hatchlings will be able to smell the puddles. Edible flora is green, blood, corpses and carcasses are all red, and small prey creatures are magenta. Dragons are now also able to sniff out nests of their own species in yellow, and apparently there are other yellow scents that may be useful in the future. The initial response to the system has been great, though many had concerns with the scent trails being too short. A patch was quickly released to address a few bugs and greatly increase the scent range, which now feels more suitable. The Acid Spitter Drake has a longer scent range than the Shadow Scale, who has a better night vision, so we can expect each dragon in the game will have its own tailored senses to suit its lifestyle. Putting points into Scavenger Mutation will increase your smell distance. A new skin has been added to both the Shadow Scale and Acid Spitter, as well as the ability to now pick common skins to spawn as, though uncommon and rare skins will still require you to roll the dice with the random button. A couple of new crafted skins have also been added, so clans are now hard at work to find out how to get the correct combination. Green mushrooms have sprung up and other fungus have had their location mixed around to give the map a refresh and get people exploring again. Sadly, this patch did mean we had to say goodbye to the Ice Cave, a spot on the map where all three of the initial mushrooms could spawn, and where many of the first dragons found their taste for Elder. A decay effect has now been added to dead dragon corpses, to show the progress of how much has been eaten from their bodies. Once enough has been consumed, the body will turn into a carcass which can no longer be picked up, but can still be eaten from until it runs out. With these additions, a Gore Toggle has been added into the settings for anyone who finds blood and guts not really to their taste. It is off by default, so if you would like the gore, you can switch it on. Flies can be found buzzing around carcasses, as well as more pleasant creatures in the wider world, in the form of glow bugs and sky jellies. These environmental effects are starting to help bring the world to life. As a thank you for the continued support to their Patreon, Be Awesome has started adding lifetime rewards. The first is for anyone who's collectively given $100 or more to the Patreon, and includes the iridescent Crimson Skin that can be added to any Crimson Skin dragon, spawned or born, as well as little cosmetic jellies which, fittingly, are a preview of the cosmetics that will be coming soon to the future, when the game has its inventory system added. This donation can be a lump sum if you really want to, or, my preferred method, by simply continuing to support the Patreon and enjoying all of the behind the scenes. If you wish to pay for a month, then skip 2, 3, or even 6 before supporting again, those donations will still add up and count towards the lifetime reward, which will always be there as a thank you. For those of you who have been enjoying the behind the scenes content, you can now also save yourself a little money by signing up for a yearly pledge on either tier. Dragons themselves have had some small combat tweaks. Projectile tracking and hit detection has been improved a little more, and there has been an increase to range and speed of the acid spit, and an increased range to the plasma bolt. Shadow Scales will now find that if they go into crouch while cloaked, and wait perfectly still for a moment, they can go completely invisible. Any movement or action will break this invisibility, but it will be very useful. PvP has seen a big improvement to prevent combat loggers from crashing their games to escape death, with forced closing now leaving your dragon vulnerable for 5 minutes. For extra choice, a community request has been implemented, and there is now a combined HUD style for those that like RPG status bars but still want to see the red damage frame of survival. With the successful launch of the early access 2 months ago, the developers have added more official servers and raised the player cap, as well as adding more and improved admin commands for those that host their own servers. They have recently been looking for more animators to bring to the team, with a short-term hire currently bolstering the numbers and working on the game's future AI before moving on to their next job. Work continues to progress with the animation for the Flamestalker, and the Magma Elemental has had all of its animation finished now. We will hopefully see them in a future update, so keep an eye on the Trello page to stay up to date on the progress they are making with each of these creatures. Lastly, the developers throughout this time have continued to interact with the community in the Discord, and have been amazing at listening to and taking suggestions from the players. It is really fantastic seeing the game coming together from the ground up, and this is only the beginning. Be awesome, everyone.